I need a pillow. Comfy enough? Probably. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you are all having a great day, and if you're not, don't worry, the day isn't over yet. It is only 7 p.m. right now, and even if it doesn't get better by the end of today, there's always tomorrow. Today I have another story time video for you guys. I think this is the third one that I have done this year or something. I don't really know. You guys are, I guess, professionals on that level because I kind of just post the videos and never look at them again. But anyway, I have another story time video, and obviously I'm not in my usual filming space. I am actually home alone right now, so I wanted to take advantage of the different scenario, no one being home, being able to film outside of my usual space, just to kind of add a little bit of difference into my videos. Unless you guys like the usual spot, then you guys let me know. But today we are filming in my living room, so this story time is actually going to be a little bit more on the creepy side, I guess you could say. And it's probably kind of a weird timing to talk about this because, like I just said, I'm home alone, but I have been wanting to film this video for you guys for quite some time. I've actually attempted it many times, but because I wasn't really ready to talk about it, I kind of, gave up on the video and decided to just leave it off to the side until I was actually ready to talk about this video. And even at that, I am ready to talk about it, but not like 100% ready. So I will say I apologize in advance for how I explain this video, or if it sounds like I'm rushing through it. It's just, this is another serious kind of topic for me to talk about. Like the same thing with my anxiety, talking about it, reminds me of everything that I feel when I was going through that incident, and it just kind of triggers in a way, I guess you could say. I don't know, I feel like it's triggering, but yeah, so I apologize in advance, and with that, let's start this story. So basically today I am going to be telling you guys the story of my haunting experience. Now, I don't mean to make it sound like it's, like a big thing. Nothing bad happened, nothing, extra happened. Like, it was very small things, but things that kind of did trigger me because this incident affected me in a way that I had to take a break from YouTube because of this, because it affected me in every way possible, and I will explain that all when I talk about the story. So let's start it now. So this was a few months ago. It was early April when this happened. I want to say it was like the first week of April, like the 3rd or 4th or something like that. I don't really remember the date exactly. I just know that it was the beginning of the month. So all I know is that it was pretty late at night. It was like early 11 p.m. when this happened. Everyone was in their rooms already. My dad and my brother had gone to work already, so it was just me and my mom and Pops. And so I was on YouTube trying to figure out, what to watch. So I stumbled across this girl named Nessa. I stumbled across her YouTube channel. If you guys don't know who Nessa is, she hangs out with a pretty known group, I want to say, with Franny Arietta, with Bobby Mares, JC and Kian. Like, she hangs out with all those people. So I obviously watched that group because they're all YouTubers as well. So I started watching her channel because I knew who she was, but I didn't know exactly what kind of videos she posted. So I always had that curiosity. So I decided that I would start watching her channel and, catching up on her stuff too, because I really like this chick. She seems, cool, and I was curious about her channel. So I started watching Nessa's channel, and I came across her very first music video, and that's when this incident happened. So as I'm watching this YouTube video, it was, I want to say it was of the very first song that she, brought out. I was laying down in my bed, and I decided to, change positions because I was feeling uncomfortable. So as soon as I made the switch with my position, I heard what was a very faint exhale. And at first I didn't really pay much attention to it because, like I said, it was very faint. So, you know, it didn't really cause me to like, whoa, you know. Then I heard it again for the second time, and the second time it was so much closer to my ear. Like, it literally, when it happened, I froze. I completely froze. I got chills all over my body. My heart stopped, and I instantly just started shaking. I was in so much fear. Like, it was insane. So I'm just on my bed, frozen. I paused the video, and I was just like trying to process what just happened, you know. So I got up, you know, kind of slowly off my bed and kind of walked out to my mom's room. And again, no one was home besides me, my mom, and Pops, because my dad and my brother had already left to work. So I walked to my mom's room, and as I'm walking to her room, I'm thinking, like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna, you know, tell my mom that I'm gonna sleep in her room, you know, because I didn't really want to tell her what had just happened because I wasn't sure what she would think about it, but I just knew that I didn't want to be in my room. I wanted to be with my mom. So I went into her room, and she was already sleeping, so I kind of felt bad, but at the same time, I didn't want to be alone. So I kind of went into her room and kind of scared her a little bit because I didn't really say anything. I kind of just came up to the bed, and she heard my footsteps. So she wakes up, and she's like, "What are you doing? Are you okay?" And I just remember telling her, "I'm gonna sleep here tonight." And she's like, "Why?" You know, she was so confused, and I just told her, like, I just heard a breathing in my ear, and yeah, I'm gonna sleep here tonight. I didn't want to say much because, you know, I was in so much fear, I was in so much shock. Like, I just didn't want to talk about it. I just wanted to, like, you know, just be with her, you know. So, you know, she's asking me, she's like, "Well, what do you mean you heard a breathing in your ear?" So I started telling her what happened, and she, like, just stood quiet, and she didn't really like know what to say. So I just, you know, went under her covers, and I was literally like so close to my body. Like, I was so like scrunched up, and I was frozen. I didn't want to go to sleep, obviously, because I was in so much fear. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was still processing, and my mom decided to, you know, kind of touch me in like a motherly way to just let me know, like, you know, I'm here. And my mom literally felt that I was shaking. She felt the chills on my body. Like, she felt that I wasn't okay. So she was like, "Just take a deep breath and try to relax, you know, and get some sleep," you know, because it was already getting later. And she had her TV on, and I remember she changed the channel, and Family Guy was on. So I was just, you know, scrunched up again and just looking straight at my mom's TV, like trying to, you know, focus on Family Guy and trying to forget about what just happened, you know. But it was really hard because I kept on looking outside of my mom's bedroom door, you know, just like freaked out. I was so freaked out. And, you know, my mom went back to sleep, but she was on and off, you know, to check on me and make sure, you know, I was okay, first of all, to make sure like I was sleeping, because, you know, she didn't want me being awake so late. She wanted me to get some rest, but it was really hard for me to rest, guys. I kid you not. I literally stood awake until my dad got home from work, which was at like 3:30 in the morning. And when he got home, he comes into his room, obviously, and he's gonna see me in the bed, and he was like, "What are you doing here? Like, why aren't you in your room? What's going on?" So that's when I, you know, I think I'm the one that told him, or I don't know if it was my mom, but that's when he found out, and he was like, "Oh, if you want to sleep in here, like, you know, on the floor, like, you can, you know." But I was like, "No, you know, I'm gonna go back to my room now. I think it's fine, you know," or so I thought. So as soon as I walked into my room, I instantly like got chills again. I felt so like just so scared to be in my room. It was like 3:30 in the morning, and I didn't go to sleep until the sun rose, which was at like 5, 6 in the morning. That's when I knocked out, and even at that, I woke up at like 8 or 9 because I couldn't get full hours of sleep after that. And the reason why I was so scared, you guys, was because this isn't the first time that I have dealt with this kind of incident. I dealt with this incident a couple of years ago, almost the exact same way as it happened this time. That's why it scared me so much, because it happened twice, you know. So for about a few weeks, something was happening in this house. So after this incident happened, for like a week, almost like 2 weeks, I was struggling so hard I was so scared to be in my room alone because I didn't, want to experience anything again. Like, I was just like, what the heck? Like, that was so weird. Nothing has ever happened in the last few years that we've been in this house besides that, last incident a couple years ago, but nothing else has had, like, it's weird. It was just random. So that whole week I had very sleepless nights. I was literally only sleeping like 2-3 hours, and every single night I would go to sleep when the sun rose because I was so scared to sleep alone, with the quiet, with the dark. Like, I didn't want to deal with it. It got to the point where I started sleeping with, either watching a movie or listening to music because I just didn't want to feel like I was alone, like it was too quiet or it was too dark. I needed something to help me sleep because I was getting tired of waiting until sunrise to get some sleep, I started getting bags under my eyes. I was looking so dead. Like, it was horrible. I had really bad energy. It was so bad. So that happened for like a week, almost 2 weeks, until I started getting comfortable being in my room again. And literally the next week something else happened. So this night, I don't remember exactly what day it was, but I just remember we had gotten a VCR because, we've been wanting to watch our home videos, and all of our home videos are on like the VCR tapes and stuff like that, so we haven't been able to watch it. So my grandma gave us like a semi-new VCR, and so this night my dad had said that he was gonna work on setting up the VCR so that way we can start watching our home videos. So after he finished setting it up, he told me, and I was in my room on YouTube. I was watching Girls' Generation, the song The Boys, because that's when I was working on the little dance cover for you guys. So my dad comes into my room as I'm watching it, and he tells me, oh, the VCR set up, so, come so we can see our home videos. So I told him, yeah, okay, I'll be there right now. Let me just, finish this up real quick. So he's like, yeah, okay, cool. So I decided, I was like, I'm gonna pause the video, and when we're done with the home videos, I'll come back and finish what I was doing. So cool, fine, pause the video. I come out to the living room and we start watching the home videos. Fast forward, like, I want to say 20 minutes. When my dad told me, it was like 10 something, almost 11, so I want to say it was like 20 minutes forward. I sent Orion to put on his pajamas because it was already getting later and he didn't need his outfit on anymore. So I sent him to do that, and we were still watching the home videos, and then I hear a sound, like this sound. It just started playing, and I was like, it caught my attention because I thought it was Orion trying to play his game, because at the time he wasn't supposed to be playing his game because it was already late, So my room is the first, in the hallway, first door. So I'm walking and I'm noticing that the sound is getting clearer, and as I reach my room, I noticed that it's the video playing, the one that I paused on YouTube. It was playing, so I was kind of like, okay. But I didn't think anything of it because I thought it was Orion, because Orion kind of has this thing where he likes to play with me. So what he'll do is, like, if I have something paused, he'll go and he'll play it, and then he'll run off, and then he'll come and tell me later, like, oh, my bad. So anyway, so I didn't really think anything of it, and I went to check on Orion after I paused the video again, and he was very focused on putting on his pajamas. So I was like, alright. So I came back to the living room, and fast forward, I want to say like a few minutes, everyone is in the living room right now, and my dad was kind of fixing one of the videos, kind of rewinding it so we could see it, and while he's doing that, I hear the noise again, and this time obviously it's a little clearer because it was quiet, because nothing was playing out here. My dad was fixing the video. So we hear the sound, and I turn my head and I'm like, what the hell, like, why is that happening again? So my mom hears it this time, and everyone hears it now. So my mom's like, what is that? And I tell her, that's my laptop. She's like, what do you mean? So I told her, and I explained to her what happened a few minutes before. So she was like, what the heck? And her knowing what had just happened the week before, like, she's kind of like, that's not weird at all, So at this point everyone hears it. So it's me, my dad, Debbie, and Orion. And so my dad is kind of like, that's weird, because he also knows what happened the week before. So he goes and he checks what it was, and we're all just sitting here, and I still laugh at this part because my dad seemed so confident on what he said, and it's just really funny. So my dad goes to my room to check my laptop, right? To see what happened, why it's playing, you know? So he comes out and he's like, you know, you had autoplay on. So I was like, yeah. He's like, well, that's why the video was playing. It played by itself. I was like, wow, Dad, okay. That's not what autoplay is. So I started explaining to him what autoplay is. And he was like, oh. I was like, yeah, this has never happened ever. You know, out of this whole time that I've been using YouTube, no video has ever played when I paused it. I've never had to deal with anything like that, you know? Once a video is paused, it's paused until you play it, you know? So my dad was kind of like, that's weird. And, you know, Debbie was sitting here too, and when I had told her about the previous incident that happened the week before, she was very skeptical about it. She was very like, no, it's just in your head, like, it's nothing. So she was sitting right there, and I kind of gave her that look like, now you believe me? And she kind of rolled her eyes and she's like, it's nothing, you know? So I was like, really? Like, everyone heard it, everyone just witnessed that, like, really? But, you know, I didn't say anything else. So that happened. And then this third incident that happened was like a few days later, or I want to say a week after this one. So it was like every week or so something different was happening. It was weird. But this third time, my dad had come home from work one night, and we have this side door in the garage, you know, so we can get into the garage from there. And when my dad got home, he noticed, I don't remember if he said it was open or if it was just unlocked. I feel like he said it was open, but I don't know. I'll probably correct it when I edit this video. Anyway, he noticed it was open, so it kind of weirded him out because he was like, what the heck, like, that door is never, you know, open, it's never unlocked, nothing, you know, because we always make sure that our doors are locked and the windows and blah blah blah, so we know that we're safe, you know. So the next morning my mom tells me about what my dad told her, because that night he was like, why was that door, you know, like this? And my mom was kind of like, what are you talking about? So he was like, yeah, the door was like this when I got home. And she was like, how is that if I locked it last night? Which is true, because I was with her, you know, before she did it. We were both in the garage. I think I had gotten a water bottle or something, and before coming into the house, she was like, oh, I'm gonna lock the door, make sure it's locked. So she was kind of like confused, like she's like, what the heck, like, no, I locked that door. So that's when she told us the next day, and yeah, that happened. So we're kind of tripped out about that, like, what the heck? Yeah, it was pretty intense. Okay, hello. As I was looking, you know, back at what was filmed, I noticed that my camera decided to cut off just after, you know, telling you guys about the final incident that happened. So here I am to end the video. It was a pretty intense month, and if you ask me now, nothing has happened ever since. So it's like weird, and it's random, and it's like just random ass time. I don't know. Yeah, it's just crazy. But, you know, luckily it's, you know, it's over. I am no longer scared to be in my room anymore. I sleep at the right time now, not until the sun rises. Like, I'm good. I still sleep with music on though, because it kind of became a habit now, because I was doing it so much when, you know, the incident happened. So that's my little habit now, is going to sleep with my music on at a very low volume, you know, so it's not like too crazy or too rowdy, blah blah blah. The one thing I will say though is I have never in my life felt actual fear, felt like terrified, never, until that night that everything started happening. I felt, you know, scared, like nervous, more on the nervous slash kind of scared side. And that was one time that I, you know, rode Goliath for the first time, because, you know, being someone who doesn't really enjoy big ass roller coasters like that with drops like that, yeah, that was probably the only time I felt, you know, something close to fear. But other than that, I've never actually felt terrified, I guess you could say. So yeah, that was a whole nother level for me, and yeah, it was just whoa. But yeah, like I said, luckily, you know, it stopped, whatever it was, that little phase or that little mood, I don't know what to call it, but I'm just glad it's over, and I really hope it doesn't, you know, happen again, because I want to be able to sleep, you know, I want to be able to be in my room, you know. But with that, guys, we're gonna end the video right here. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big ol' thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications to know when I post. And don't forget to follow me on my social media to keep up with my not so entertaining life and with my channel's life. I love each and every single one of you, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys. Oh, you guys are far. Hold on.